Last top 10 cars I hate kind of videos. My brother should be working on some, but I don't really care about that nigga. And good morning, everyone, and what a lovely day it is. My name is Handsome, and my father also won Ugliest Hater in the 1999 Annual Player Haters Ball. I believe you all have met my brother, Beautiful Jr. We were split up when we were younger, kind of like a parent trap. Beautiful Jr. stayed with our father, Beautiful, and I went with our mother, Candace, and she raised me. She always taught me to spread love and joy, and it truly saddens me to see how much Beautiful Jr. has just been consumed by hate. So I'm here to spread love and joy. That's what I was always taught. And I'm here to discuss the top 10 cars that I love. Let's get it started with...
I love it. I love it.
We're going to start off with a classic. Everyone knows and loves it. They've seen it in many films, video games, TV shows. Talking about the 1970 Dodge Charger RT.
Oh my!
It's a gorgeous car. What is it?
It's a new Dodge Charger. A Dodge Charger 500.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Hey, where are the headlights?
They're hidden where the bumper loops around the grill.
Hey, these are new high backs, see? Elliot!
1970 Charger 500. If you can cope with a whole new image, you could be Dodge material.
Now, Fast and the Furious went double platinum in our home back in the day. Driven by the unstoppable and the immortal Dominic Toretto, this beast is just pure American muscle. It's beautiful. It still looks good. Like, it still feels modern in a sense. And I absolutely love how this car looks. I drove this thing for miles in Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, and this beast of a car will always hold a special place in my heart.
I love it. I love it.
This next car on the list is just a luxurious beast. I love this car because of two films. There's two films from the early 2000s that truly, like, I fell in love with this car as soon as I saw it. One of the films is Are We There Yet? And the other one is Johnson Family Vacation. If that didn't give it away, I'm talking about the
2003 Lincoln Navigator. Lease it now for just $619 a month for 36 months with 4618 due at
I'm also
signing.
talking about the second generation of the Lincoln Navigator. Started production in 2003, ended production in 2006. Just like I said in those previous two films, this car just looked beautiful, looked spacious. The whole family could pile in, have a great time. And I just love the front grille of it. Just looks monstrous. And then the back of it just looks like a giant beast. I recently drove one like a couple months ago, and they got some get up. And they're pretty cozy too. And there's like a surprising amount of features in like the earlier models, like that I just wasn't expecting, you know, a 2000s car to have. But it has a very 2000s feel, and I love the 05 Lincoln Navigator.
I love it. I love it.
This next car will always be a staple in the automotive industry. It's a classic and a pioneer, and I would just love to be in this car's presence in some way, shape, or form. I'm talking about the...
Prima di tutto, Gran Turismo la prende uno che vuole differenziarsi dagli altri, chiedere alla vettura delle prestazioni istantanee che non può avere su altre macchine.
The Ferrari F40 is one of the most beautiful cars ever built. I have no idea when I first saw it, whether it be a film, TV show, whatever, but it is truly one of the best looking cars ever built. Engineered by Nicola Materazzi, and this is one of the last cars approved by Enzo Ferrari. It's just art on wheels, and it's a true classic. And this car is still used today in media, whether it be movies, video games, whatever. Like, it has truly withstood the test of time, and I love it. Sadly, the car retailed in the 80s for $400,000. Now you're spending millions if you want one. Unfortunately, it's just out of reach.
I love it. I love it.
So the number 7 spot is a little iffy because it's multiple things, but we're just gonna say small trucks, and I'm gonna provide you with some examples. The 1993 Dodge Ram 50, the Toyota Hilux, K trucks, and the Ford Ranger. Just in general, smaller trucks. I love all four of these trucks, but I just love small pickup trucks. I don't really know what's going on with every pickup truck nowadays being sold that it's basically just a monster truck that is street legal. I don't really know where that came from or what's going on, but I think we should go back to smaller trucks. Because I don't care what anyone says. I believe 60% of people who own a truck don't need it. I know you work in an office. Please just get a sedan. But in general, I love small trucks. I want a Dodge Ram 50 so bad. They look cozy. Like, my brother told me when he used to hang out with Uncle Sam that one of his captains had a K truck and it was manual and he loved it. And I truly believe that. Like, they look cozy. They're small, but they can still do the same exact thing that these new monster trucks can do. Not like in towing capacity, but like they just seem cool. They cute. They cozy, and I love them.
I love it. I love it.
This next vehicle on the list is featured on a classic mixtape by one of my favorite artists, and another legendary artist used this vehicle to promo his last album. I'm talking about the BMW E30 is just classic, clean, simple 80s. Every time Beautiful Junior tells me, every time he goes to the store, he sees someone with that car and he's like, I just want to fight them and steal it. It is such a beautiful car. It's just slick, simple, clean, classic 80s, and like it's just so simple, square body. I love the front of it. Like everything about it is just perfect. I have no notes.
I love it. I love it.
So if you were born in the late 90s or early 2000s, then you kind of knew that this car was already going to be on the list. Like I said, Fast and the Furious went triple platinum in my house back in the day. There were 3 standout cars in the original Fast and the Furious. One of them was owned by the immortal and unstoppable Dominic Toretto. Another one will be featured later in the video, and the one I'm talking about right now.
Let me show you something.
The Nissan Skyline R34. So the R32 and the R33, they cool, they clean cars, but the R34 is it just looks perfect. Nicknamed Godzilla for its dominance in the racing scene. I just have no notes. This car is just a perfect looking tuner. It's beautiful. It's a little difficult to get one now, but you can still reasonably get one, kind of. But they're just a perfect car. Sleek design, simple, smooth. They're just beautiful. I think I had one in Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition as well, but these cars are perfect. I have no notes.
I love it. I love it.
So when it comes to this company, I'm kind of in a predicament, right? I don't love just one car by this company. I'm kind of stuck. I don't really care for their crossovers or SUVs, even though that is what saved the company. I'm talking about Porsche. Porsche has been around since the early 1900s. They've been cooking since their inception. I love the Carreras, the Cayenne, the Boxster. The 911 is a classic car. So when it comes to Porsche, I have 2 cars that I love. First one would be the Porsche Taycan. I don't really care for electric cars, like, at all. That's but I love the Porsche Taycan. They got all of Porsche's amazing design language put into an electric car, and it's beautiful. I absolutely love that car. And then the next one would be the 1989 Porsche 911. Like, this thing is beautiful. Very simple design yet again. I just love, Porsche probably has like my favorite design language out of almost any manufacturer. It's just beautiful. That same Coke 80s design. I don't know what the Coke was in the 80s, but they was cooking, I'm telling you. And they just put all of their design into that car. And I just love Porsche's design language. It's just straight elegance. It's beautiful. It's luxurious. Like, I love Porsche.
I love it. I love it.
First, there was Chevy Suburban. Then came Lincoln, Lexus, Mercedes, and the others. And in the end, the one that started it all is still the one that tows the most, holds the most, and does the most. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
This car is an all-time classic, folks. Like, everyone had these back in the day. I remember, and they're still driven around to this day. 1999 Chevy Suburban is a classic. Also, what happened to competitors trash talking like this? I kind of miss this. They flat out called out everybody like, we are better than y'all. I love that. But I love the Chevy Suburban, just pretty much like all of the models, but this one is a classic, and I have nostalgia for it. Our mother had one, and I just remember many car rides in the way back, the third row, like that's how big this car is, in the third row playing on my Game Boy or my DS. And these cars run forever, very simple design, just big square body, and they'll last forever, and they're fun. They're just amazing cars. So
I love it. I love it.
we all know about this car from the famous movie series from the 80s. It looked like it was from the future back then, and even now, it still stands the test of time. I'm talking about the DeLorean DMC-12.
The DeLorean. Gull-wing doors rise effortlessly, beckoning you inside. The sleek, stainless steel DeLorean. Beautifully crafted for long life. The DeLorean is one of the most awaited automobiles in automotive history. Drive the DeLorean. Live the dream today.
I have a transformer of this beautiful car. Like, the DeLorean DMC-12, it's just a beautiful car. Obviously, we've all seen it, like I said, from Back to the Future 1 and 2. Those are some of my favorite movies. Never saw the third one. Wasn't really interested in cowboys, but I may check it out one day. But everything from its sleek design, stainless steel body, gold wing doors, like, I love this car as soon as I saw it. The creation of the DeLorean, though, is nuts. If you have time, there's a documentary on Netflix called Myth and Mogul, John DeLorean. I never knew the DeLorean was built in Ireland. Like, it's insane how this car came to be. It's just like, dang, that's really what happened. But this car will always be iconic. I think like I said, the first time I saw it was in Back to the Future. If you have time too, there's a hilarious American Dad episode where Stan is trying to get a doorknob or a door for his DeLorean, and it's like a cross-country trip with him and Steve. I love that episode. Like, I don't know, everything about the DeLorean it's just beautiful. I love it. All right, folks, before we get to the number one, you already know, we gotta do honorable mentions. Starting off the list, we have the 2000 Jaguar XJ6. Quick rant, what happened to physical hood ornaments? My two examples are Mercedes-Benz and Jaguar specifically. In the 2000s, both companies, I would see all the time when I went to the grocery store or whatever, like, Jaguar's hood ornament is a literal jaguar leaping off the hood. And then Mercedes-Benz, it was their physical logo on the hood. I understand that it's like a cost-saving measurement, but I truly missed this. Like, this was such a dope feature on cars. I don't know. Next up, we got the 2004 Escalade EXT. If you played Midnight Club 3, you already know you had to race with big trucks. I love this thing. It's just a luxurious beast. Next up, the 1999 Dodge Viper. This is just a cool car. Next up, the 1999 Mazda RX-7. This thing is beautiful. Next up, the Honda Prelude. Just an interesting design. After that, we got the 1968 Pontiac GTO. Yet again, some more of that classic American muscle. I told y'all we was going to have one more car from the Fast and Furious franchise that, like, truly was a standout, and that would be the Toyota Supra Mark IV. The end of the first Fast and Furious is so legendary, and it's so simple. They're just racing a train, but the Toyota Supra Mark IV, I love the design of this car. It's beautiful. That orange just popped in the movie, and overall, it's an amazing design. After that, we got the 2024 Toyota Prius. I've genuinely never liked the Prius at all since its inception. This is the first year where I'm like, I would genuinely go out and buy this right now. It looks amazing. Next up, we're going to jump back again to the 1991 Acura NSX. These cars are just perfect. And finally, the Volvo 200 series, specifically the 1989 Volvo 240. I don't know, this car just looks, it's a weird looking car, but it's so simple and I love it. It's just chill.
I love it.
To this day, this is still my favorite car. There's no car has topped this. There's been like a couple of concept cars, like Hyundai did one, and I was like, that's cool, but like, There's still no car that I've ever seen that has topped this car.
Whatever made you think I could go on living this way? Oh, baby. Well, it's really gotten so.
So I remember when I first saw this car, I thought when I was coming up with this list, right? I was like, oh, that car was featured in like it was in Scarface. Did my research? No, it wasn't. I was like, what was this? What movie was this car in? Wolf of Wall Street. Leonardo DiCaprio's character, he had a Lamborghini Countach. And that movie came out in 2013. Almost 12 years, this is still my favorite car of all time. It's just beautiful. That famous Italian angled wedge will always catch my eye. It just looks like, I also have a Transformer and a Lego of this car, but like, I love this car so much. Like, I remember I told somebody, I was like, if I had to work for 365 days in a row, and then Lamborghini would give me one and they'd help me maintenance it, I'd do it. Like, this car is so perfect. It's just so beautiful. Just look at it. Now, recently Lamborghini did come out with an electric version. They you know, like modernize the design, and it's cool, but like just nothing can beat that classic 80s style. Like, I don't know what was in the Coke back then, but they were just truly in the kitchen cooking, and I love this car. In conclusion, there are many amazing and beautiful cars out there. I don't want Beautiful Junior's hateful nature to make you guys think otherwise. So most likely whatever he hates on next, I'll be here to reassure you of the good of it. Please, in the comments below, let me know what your favorite car is. I would absolutely love to hear it. Thank you again for watching. Peace.